All right, hello and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast. Man, this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Let's go.
That's right. Welcome into Swing It and Ding It. This is Moose along with Mays and Matthews, and we welcome Andrew Austen. You're in my favorite one-armed golfer, a.k.a. Jimmy the Kid. And before we get started, can everybody just check? Just make sure your slope's not on real quick. Just make sure it's off before we get this going. Thank you. Now we got that cleared up. What's going on, Andrew? How's it going, man?
Good, man. Good, man. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Excited to be on.
Yeah, we have a lot to get into. We are, as you heard, a Philly golf podcast, so we have a lot to talk about there. But we have to start with the Internet Invitational. Obviously, something that just took on a life of its own. And just curious, how you got selected to be in it, and then we can kind of talk about some of the storylines and stuff. But how did you get the invite to be there?
Yeah. So invite came from Frankie Borelli. So Frankie, one of the guys on the Foreplay pod with Barstool, he didn't follow me, or at least not to my knowledge. Hit me up on Instagram, just kind of a DM request, and said, "Hey, Andrew, I'd love to formally invite you." And I remember I was walking my dog at the time with my girlfriend, and I was in shock. Like I didn't know if it was real. It was the weirdest feeling I've ever had in my body, of like excitement, but also not trying to bring my hopes up too high. And then probably about a month later, got an email from one of their event coordinators asking for an address, a questionnaire, and then it became kind of more and more real. The kind of plaque came in the mail, and then next thing I knew, I was out in Big Cedar, and it was wild, but kind of just
crazy.
Out of the blue. Yeah, I don't know
because
how
you
he
had
found
these
me.
people that were like vying to get in it, right? You had huge names, huge celebrities that were like trying to put themselves out there, like, get me into this thing, right? Like,
exactly right. I think that's why I kind of felt like I wasn't trying to get my hopes up too high, even though Frankie messaged me himself. But yeah, to your point, like there were tons and tons of golf creators out there that deserved an invite, and I was lucky to be there and grateful to be there, and was happy I could hit some good shots, not all the good shots that I wanted, but very, very cool experience for sure.
No doubt.
So after that questionnaire, like what happened? Like tell us a little bit more of the story, like how it, meeting all the guys, getting there, the whole story.
Yeah. Meeting all the guys and ladies was awesome. I had never met. It's funny. The one guy who like blew up the most, Chazzy, he was the one guy who I knew going in because me and him play on the same adaptive golf tournaments.
He played in the Gap event, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So I had known him previously, but hadn't met any of the other guys. Talked to a few of them via Instagram DMs as well. But went out there and definitely day one, I'm not quiet, but in a new setting, new people, I definitely was kind of a little bit in the background, like wasn't sure who to talk to and who I'd fit in with the most. So I was kind of just like feeling it out. When the draft was going along, I was just in the background like, hey, put me with whoever, I'll go win a point for us. But it was really cool. And then slowly kind of got to know some people, and really everybody was super, super nice and cool. It's like you never know what to expect when you go into those types of rooms, but everybody was super genuine and nice people. And I made some good connections that we've stayed connected after the fact, but definitely crazy night one. And then as I was there, I kind of settled in a little bit from the social side of things.
So did you ever find out how they found you, or like who tipped them off to you?
No, my friends all joke. They're like, who the hell did they hire? Because they hired some good people. I don't know if it was a video. Like I remember there was one video that did pretty well the week that I got the invite. So I wasn't sure if it was that. I always meant to ask Frankie, but then we were playing each other in a match and he was kicking my ass. So I was like, maybe it's not the right time.
Is that the coolest thing you've played in thus far?
Yeah, I think coolest thing I've played in. This year I also played in the US Adaptive Open for the first time, which was like, that's a whole different experience.
Right.
And an honor to be a part of it, qualifying. But the Internet Invitational was very surreal. Like out of 48 creators, I was 48th on that list, like least known, least amount of followers. So definitely the coolest golf experience.
Well, you were in tier C, so they knew your game. They at least had you. You might have been 48th,
That's
but
fair.
you were in tier C. When you were taking part of it, could you get any sense of how big it actually was going to be? Because I don't think, I think it'd be hard for anyone to realize.
Yeah, I think that you kind of nailed it on the head. Like everybody was, especially the golf, like the golf was crazy. And I think everybody there was like, okay, that was as wild as it could have been. Like you couldn't have written it any better. I think nobody expected like the millions and millions of views that it got and like the celebrities and people shouting it out and commenting. It definitely like became this huge phenomenon. I think everybody knew in the moment, like they had something really special, but I'm not sure if they expected it to be as
especially
big.
I remember looking at the first episode. It was like 3 hours and 48 minutes. I'm like, Jesus God. Well, I watched every second of every episode.
Everyone, at first you're like, there's no way I don't have this time. And then it's just like, you get sucked in and you're like, wait, well, how do I get those 4 hours back?
Yeah. Even non-YouTube golf fans, like my parents, my friends who are not golfers, like my dad is, but I get calls every day, once a week, like just no hello, just immediately going into asking questions. It's like, since when did you watch YouTube golf? And they all said the same. It's like, they watched a little bit and were fully ready to go for the rest of it and watched the whole 4 hours every day it came out.
Well, I'm going to pretend I'm like one of your friends calling you, asking you more questions because I need to know more. There has to be some type of story that didn't make that cut, didn't get edited out. Maybe you have a personal story that didn't make it to tape. Give us something that, we maybe didn't catch on YouTube.
That we didn't catch in the 27 hours of
that we consumed.
No, that's a great question. I made a video a couple weeks ago, just like a quick short video on Instagram. But funny, before the tournament even started, I showed up and like I said, kind of like was quiet, like wasn't sure really where I was fitting in, pulled up, check in, like, hey, I'm Andrew Austen. They're like, all right, great, Andrew, your room's right down this way. And I remember hearing kind of the good crew talking about the cottages and being in the cottage. And I had gotten an email previously that I was in, it's called Angler's Lodge. So they shuttled me down to this like beautiful cottage, like solo cottage. And in my head, I'm like, there's no way this is my room. But same thing with the invite. I'm like, okay, I guess it is. I'm filming it. I'm on FaceTime with my brother. And when you go to Big Cedar, they give you this book that says presented to whatever your name is. And I'm like filming the room for my brother. And as I pan to the book, I'm like, oh my God, it says Andrew Santino. So they put me in the wrong room. So I called and they're like, oh my gosh, so sorry. So they shuttled me to the right room, but I just joked. I called my brother back and was like, so clearly I'm Andrew number 2 in this list of Andrews. But yeah, before anything had even started, it was just a humbling moment from the jump, but pretty funny. And I thought it'd be a good icebreaker for Andrew Santino and I.
Easy.
He's a funny dude.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff. Well, tell us about your golf journey. Like, how did you get into golf? Because you played baseball as a young kid, and I believe basketball too. Were those the first sports? And if so, how did you eventually get to golf?
Yeah. So played kind of all the sports growing up: baseball, basketball, soccer, you name it. I played it. And my brother, he's a year younger than me. He was always very big in golf, and my parents were members at St. David's Golf Club, which is like 25 minutes outside of Philadelphia. Great little track. And I was lucky that our parents were members, so I could go over there occasionally. They had a really good junior golf program. And like I said, my younger brother played a lot and was fairly good. And I'm one of 5, so it's always competitive. You don't want your younger brother being better than you at any sports. So I played here and there, but 8th grade, 7th grade, went to the Big Diamond for baseball, got a prosthetic for hitting. And it helped so much with hitting that my dad was like, hey, why don't you just try one out for golf? Like I just played one-handed up until that point.
Wow.
Got one for golf, and same thing. I like immediately felt better. I was still kind of hitting it all over the place and played here and there again. And then COVID 2020 is really when I got like fully involved into it. started doing social media, and then found the adaptive golf tour. So since kind of like 2022 is when I've been full steam ahead competing in adaptive golf events. I'd say I'd like been around the sport kind of growing up, but 2020 is when it was like full go for me.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing, right? But for people that don't know, or, are listening for the first time, obviously, it's funny. I was watching some of your videos today, and you're on the range, and I think it was a VA doctor comes up to you, and like of all people to come up to you, and his first thought is probably like, oh, did this happen in service?
In service,
but it was from birth, and I'm sure like the technology of the prosthetics and the thing you're dealing, the stuff you have access to is, I'm guessing it's improved, as the years have gone by too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The technology is insane. And I think a lot of us, we're comfortable. It's like, once we figure out how to do something, you get very comfortable in that and don't necessarily want to change it. But I think that's how I felt until I got the prosthetic for golf. And then it's like, wow, it takes a little bit of time to get used to. But as the technology improves, I think more and more people kind of see the benefit in that. And some people like need the prosthetics, other people don't. So it's interesting to see kind of who uses them, who doesn't, specifically in like the arm category. But it really is amazing, like as the years progress, the access that people have and kind of the tools and resources that are out.
I'm sure, when you're at these events too, it's like, if the pros are at an event, they're, looking at different putters and stuff, right? I'm sure you guys are like, what are you working with these days? Or like, what are you hearing coming down the pipe?
You got a Scotty camera?
Yeah. I'm sure there's got to be a lot of sharing of information at this point, right? Which is awesome.
100%. Yeah. The arm, I mean, I get more messages about like, where did you get your specific attachment than anything else? Like, and that's the cool part about the community and doing it is helping people. And all of us are really just trying to get better.
Now you play left-handed, and I mean, you're left-handed in everything. Obviously, growing up, you didn't have the right hand, but you play golf with the lead arm being the prosthetic, or the that was. I'm thinking like it would be the
his
opposite
friends say
way.
It's an advantage.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it an
mechanical
advantage?
Yeah, no, I wish it's. I do say. I mean, it's like if golf like. You have to simplify it. And if you look at it that way, it's like it does simplify a little bit in the sense of I don't have a front arm. I still tell people it's like I'm still playing golf with one arm. So it's not like it's an advantage to somebody.
I love when people are like, oh, it's an advantage. Like, okay.
With two. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
No, but playing baseball, I always swung lefty when I snowboarded and wakeboarded. I would always ride goofy with my right foot forward. So that lefty stance just always felt natural to me.
Yeah.
But being born with it, it's like I never really knew. I kick with my right foot in soccer. So I could have been righty, and it's all I ever knew and had. So you just figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, pretty wild. Yeah, most one-arm golfers who have their left will be righty and have that front arm. And they hit the crap out of the ball. Like I hit it not as far as some of those dudes. I swing a little bit softer, more compact, but they can rip it. Some of those guys for sure.
Wow. With
baseball,
I know,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, with baseball, you had to be like Jim Abbott.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
that was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen when I first saw that guy pitch in the major leagues. And I saw a story on your Instagram. You described a situation in the fifth grade where they sent the first three guys of the order up there, and the coach is like, "Well, we'll bunt. He can't field," and you got them all out.
Yeah, no, that's
3 down.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, those are the stories that I love because it's I something that gets me up in the morning is that like proving somebody wrong. And it's funny. It's like I coach 7th grade baseball and basketball, and it's like coaches would never do that these days. Like coaches back when I was a kid, it's, there was no boundaries, no mercy. But I like that stuff. It's like for me, it's a chip. I've always had a chip on my shoulder, and that kind of like feeds that chip, and it fuels the fire for sure.
Has there been a moment like that for you in golf where, that kind of 3 up, 3 down that you did in that situation in 5th grade that's happened in golf that might have been similar?
I think it's more so just kind of golf is a game where you go out and especially when you play as a single. It's like you meet new people all the time. You play with new people. And it's amazing to see, not kind of out of the fault of anybody else, but like just the immediate assumption of like not thinking this person can really play any golf. And then it's the first tee shot. They're like, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was
like,
a
okay.
funny trick. Yeah.
So do you negotiate strokes ahead of the round?
Right.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
Right.
there's a lot of hustling out there.
Yeah,
So-
sure.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got stuck with this rando on the first tee, and then all of a sudden you smoke it right down.
Yeah, then you're leaving with
Yeah.
$500 less in your
Yeah.
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
no,
definitely-
that's, yeah.
Go ahead, Moose.
We want to talk about, some of the gap events and the other adaptive events, but back to the Internet Invitational, because each match to me was like could have been its own series. And just want to talk to you about some of the pairings, right? You start out, you were on Team Riggs in the beginning.
Yep.
You start out against Whitney, who turned into the character, right? Started out a little bit slow. Obviously you could talk about that match. And then you play with Golfing Jesus and Brad Dalkey all of a sudden. So and you got to play against Fat Perez and Mason Nutt. And then obviously you're paired up with the Duke, which we could probably do 4 episodes just on that pairing. And then eventually, losing to the wait, did you win the match against Francis and obviously and Frankie, who went on to win it? But just talk about some of the experiences with some of those partners or maybe pairings and how that kind of went down.
Yeah. So day one, like you said, it was me and Micah Morris versus Ryan Whitney and Jake Adams. And Whitney, I've always watched, I've been a big Barstool fan, and I know his kind of his chirping and his personality. So I was excited for it. I also knew that I am very just smiley, hey, great shot. And I could totally tell he's like, God, I can't even be mean to this guy. But he was playing well, so he didn't even need to. But yeah, the first round, definitely some nerves. I think me and my partner didn't play great together, and Whitney and Jake played great, and I think they beat us 3-2. But it was a great first day. And again, it's get the jitters out, shake it. Got to meet all those guys, really cool, a lot of fun. Whitney was, you could tell in the broadcast, he was going after my partner a little bit. So at least I didn't have that pressure on me. But yeah, he was great. Jake Adams, his partner, was also super cool. He does country club adjacent, which they do kind of they do some golf comedy stuff, which is nice. And then round 2, Dalkey, Golfing Jesus, like you said, all shot. I did not have anything more than a wedge in my hand.
He was dialed, man.
He was dialed. He was absolutely dialed. And him being so good, it allows you to play good because wherever you put it, we're going to be okay.
Dude's got Popeye forearms too, right?
Yeah.
He's a big dude, but his arms are just giant.
And great teammate, great guy. I think FP and Mason Nutt going in, just because they didn't know who I was, probably thought that was the one opportunity to get any sliver of hope against Brad. So that was pretty cool to beat them good. I think it was 3-2. The Duke, absolute legend. He's, like you said, 4 hours isn't enough. Some people it's funny in the comments. It's I couldn't stand that guy. I'm I could listen to that guy all day. I don't have to talk. I just laugh my ass off.
Right.
And that stuff is fun. It's he loosened me up, and then I played pretty well that round. And that was when the skins came in. So we won $24,000 as a team, which he just kept talking about how many cigarettes, which he called Wheaties he was going to buy, and saving the orange kittens from the Orange County Animal Shelter or something.
Oh my God. One of a kind, man. One of one.
He really was. And then, the fourth round, definitely the most pressure. All the Barstool guys, me and Riggs versus Francis and Frankie, which they both ended up in the final. Francis, really, really good golfer. I don't think anybody necessarily knew that before Invitational. And Frankie played really well, and they kicked our butts. And I stunk it up that round. I didn't help Riggs out at all. But it was good. 2-2, 500. You can't be mad.
Dude, man, you made it really deep.
Yeah.
Day 2, it felt like everybody was a winner because you came home with some cash. So that was huge. But seriously, so cool. And I was probably one of the few that played with a different person in each 4 rounds. So that was cool. Like I was able to make connections with the people I was playing with and then the people I was playing against too.
Yeah. The connections, everything. That's going to be wild. How many followers have you gained since?
Probably like close on Instagram, like close to 20.
Wow.
Which
what about TikTok?
Yeah. TikTok, probably like 10, 15. Instagram is the big one. Instagram's kind of like, if I'm growing there, I feel good.
Yeah.
And YouTube as well. I'm kind of at like 3.4 subscribers on there, which I haven't posted any like long form. So very big for the followers.
YouTube
very
Shorts is where it's
grateful to be
at.
there.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's amazing. Well, we could talk about the Internet Invitational all day long, like Moose said, but I was creeping on your socials and I saw that you played Jay Dune. So I don't know if the guys told you, I'm originally from that area, but I'm down here in South Florida now. So Jupiter Dunes, every Super Bowl Sunday, we go there. As I've gotten a little older, we don't play by the same rules. Like if it's bogey, you do a shot now, or else I'd be dead. But we play that par 3 course all the time. So I saw you were there. What's your take on that little par 3? It's great, isn't it?
Very, very cool. Yeah. I had never spent any time in Jupiter ever. Like I've not played enough golf in Florida, spent enough time in Florida. And I was down there for the TGL. I was doing some stuff with Boston Common Golf. And then kind of in between, some guy, Sonny Collette, who does Instagram stuff, he was down there as well and just was like, hey, let's go play this little par 3. And then got a bunch of people hit me up. Like that place is awesome.
It's the best. It's like 2 blocks. Cool. These guys are coming down in like a month or 2. And I was like, I need to add that to the rotation. Cause I was like, all right, I'm going to get them on like these solid courses and we're going to play that. But I was like, you forget about
maybe the day we fly in. That's a good one, you know?
Yeah. And it's like a block and a half from the beach. It's like they're, you know, it feels like it's kind of somebody's backyard. You can just literally pull like 4 clubs out of your bag and roll around. It's just a sweet spot.
Nice. It really is. Yeah. All those courses down there. I spent some time at the park around that little short course and the chipping area is so cool. So cool.
Unless you're hitting off of the artificial turf that's waterlogged and I'm like, no, can I hit on the grass, please?
What did you think of those golf courses like Paynes Valley out at Big Cedar? Were they as good as they look on TV?
Yeah. Oh my God. They were. Yeah. If you can take a golf trip with your friends, that is the place to be. It's like Disney World is what I kept saying. All of the courses, and Paynes is like the most playable for anyone. Ozark National, the one we didn't play, and then Buffalo Ridge, which we played day 2. Those ones are like, you got to hit some golf shots for sure. Paynes is obviously, of course, still got to hit some shots, but a little bit more scoreable. But all unbelievable tracks and like different views. And then the par 3s were unbelievable, but hopefully I'll be back there. Yeah. Special place.
So what do you have lined up? We know that, you know, the US Adaptive Open was big, right? We know you played in the Gap event. How are you setting up 2026? What do you have circled? What's the year looking like for you?
Yeah. So trying to play in more and more adaptive events. So as kind of the adaptive sport of golf grows, there are more events. And then kind of as there are more events, there are more like highlighted events, elevated events, I guess you could say. US Adaptive Open being one. There's one down at Port St. Lucie in Florida, the USDGA. Very cool at PGA Village. There essentially is like 4 major-ish and then a bunch of other events like Gap, for example, which is not necessarily like one of those majors, but a very, very good event and they run it well. So try and travel out to some of those. Like this Sunday, I'm flying out to Arizona to play in the AZ Adaptive Open. And then kind of beyond adaptive golf and playing more in that is trying to break more into this creator world, do some more like long form YouTube stuff, and kind of use the connections that I made at the Invitational to do some collabs. But the hope is to make this golf creator thing like a full-time gig.
Do you shoot all your content yourself? Tripods? Do you have people help you? You make your girlfriend film you? What is it?
No, it's pretty much all me. Like when she's out there, she'll help. But I kind of do it all: film, edit, post, respond to emails. So I'm coming to a point where it feels like, I don't know if it's an agent or a manager and then like formalizing some type of LLC, but it feels like the business side of it is what I really need to hone in on, which I know I can do like the golf stuff. It's the business stuff that feels a little bit scarier. But right now all myself, and it's been working, but it feels like I kind of need to take a step up.
That's what I was going to ask you if you had an agent, but you obviously don't. But you're going to need one.
Yes, that's what everyone keeps telling me. I'm like,
right.
where do you get them? They're like, they'll find you. Like,
I'll send you a few names.
Yeah, Danielle knows a few of them. But do you have sponsors and everything?
Kind of. So right now I'm working or talking to a couple different club dealers to go through like an annual partnership to say like, hey, this would be like an annual stipend, and then it would help allow me to travel to these events. And then through the travel, I of course would like document all of it, and their brand would be integrated throughout. But it's a lot of like one-off, I'll get paid for like a video, or a lot of ambassador deals where I'll get clothes. Like Brad, he kind of sent me a lot of good stuff, which was awesome, but it's not like I get paid or anything.
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like it's that next step is formalizing it. And I feel like I'm definitely losing out on some money. But it also feels like I'm not forcing anything yet. But not a whole lot of partners. So open for a free agent, pretty much.
All right.
Well, we saw a lot of renovation going on at the old home course at St. David's. I also saw you got out Jeffersonville, looked like over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your St. David's experience and what you're excited about with some of the changes that have happened there.
Yeah, St. David's. I mean, I grew up like golf. I learned golf at St. David's, and the membership. They've been huge supporters of me, and kind of up through. I aged out of the junior membership. I was always there. Like when I moved back home after school, I was playing all the time, and the membership is just some of the best. Like I think what's cool about St. David's is it's golf and pretty much only golf. Like that's all people are there for.
Speaking Harry Mays' language, he wants to fill in all pools as a sand pool.
Yeah, exactly.
All pools should be short game areas. That's it.
No, that's a great point. So St. David's has been awesome. They always, I mentioned it earlier, but we're very focused on like the junior golf program and making sure juniors were able to play. So going back there is always a treat. And the course, just kind of driving in, like it's almost going to be a brand new course. Of course, it'll look the same in some areas, but I think for the membership, like they should be excited. They get a new experience, and it's funny.
Donald Ross course, right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Donald Ross. I think they found some old drawings in some basement, and they're kind of restoring back to some of those old ideas. But it's going to be amazing. It always was amazing, but very excited to see those changes. And then Jeffersonville. I mean, I played it before they put all the money in, and then seeing the change, it's like, oh my God, for $45, it's like I didn't want to play anywhere else besides.
That's a Donald Ross too.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, tell us about the Gap event that you had this past year up at Lookaway and Doylestown Country Club. How cool that was, and if you've got to be an inspiration to so many people. Give us just a story of maybe somebody that wrote you or came up to you and just said, "Hey, I saw you playing golf, and you inspired me to do something athletically."
Yeah. Gap event, always awesome. It's like the hometown event for me. So last year was at Lookaway in Doylestown, and then this year it was at Indian Valley.
I like that place too.
Yeah. And I played so bad on the first day. I played myself out of it, and then played pretty good day two, and came up short by one shot. And it's funny. I feel like a kid again. I'm like, gosh, I just want to win a trophy. Like I just want a trophy. I don't care about money. I don't care about anything. I just want a trophy. But always super fun going to the Gap events, and a lot of the Gap employees I have met. A couple of them I grew up with, so always staying connected and doing what I can to be there for them is always something I'm trying to do. And then kind of through the events, to your question, the second question, a lot of cool stories that have come out of it. I always tell people, like, when I go to those events, I think why I like them so much is I was just born like this. So I always say I have it easy. Like I find inspiration from those people, like who've lived 20, 30, 40 years and then lose a limb or whatever the story is. It's typically, I always think of it as that is a harder life than mine. So that's why I enjoy it so much is getting the inspiration at those events and then doing my part in trying to show others that inspiration and hope. And I'll get messages all the time. The one that comes to mind immediately this mother, she messaged me a couple months ago, and she said, hey, like, I've been following your content for some time. Me and my husband are having our first baby, and we were just told that he's going to be born kind of with the same type of arm as you. And she was just kind of asking me all these questions, and it was cool to feel, like I could play some part in helping that. And then fast forward, I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago, she sent me a couple pictures, and she's like, hey, he was just born.
And you're the father. No.
Me and the father are trying to set up some golf up north. I think they live in like the Boston area. But a lot of cool stories like that where, it's somebody connected to someone who's like me or somewhat like me. And whether it's asking questions, asking for information on like resources, that's why I do it, is to get those messages and help inspire who I can.
You could just picture too, right? Those parents just like feeling that comfort of knowing, like, just finding you, right, and seeing your story. It must just given them so much comfort in knowing what the future could be like. It's awesome.
I think that's exactly right. It's like, just for kids too. It's once you see somebody who looks like you doing something like that, it's like, well, I could do it too.
Yeah.
And that's what's so amazing about adaptive golf and the growth and this social media is there's more of us doing it. And you can see there's more and more kids coming out to these events, and it's all kind of like snowballing up the hill where we want to go, which is pretty awesome.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sure you have a ton of fans. You got 3 right here, and all of our listeners as well. It's been so cool following your story. We never let anybody get off this podcast, though, without me asking, especially guys local from the area, the hard-hitting question of, and you can't pick your home course.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Philadelphia course that you've ever played?
Favorite Philadelphia
area, right? So
that's a great question. So not including St. David's for all my St. David's listeners out there. I've played Marion West. I've never played East, so I can't say Marion.
Me too.
Unfortunately, but best course, it would probably have to be, I just played it when I was home. I forget what I was home for, but Francis Ellis actually invited me out to Philly Cricket Club. Yeah, and we played the Wissahickon course, so where they had the truest. We played it from the back tees. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, par 3 is
Tipped out, like
yards. Yeah.
And how much damage you do in that pro shop then?
Oh my gosh, yeah, fair bit. And the 2 guys who we were out with, it was funny because I messaged Francis. I saw he was going to be in the Philly area for some shows, and just asked if he wanted to play some golf, and then he invited me, and the 2 guys out, they're like, oh yeah, we don't know Francis at all. We just hit him up on Instagram and said, hey, you want to come out? So America's guest, as I mentioned.
Wow, there you
Love
go.
it.
Yeah.
That's
but
great,
Philly
man.
Cricket, definitely such a cool
Very
spot.
cool.
Special place for sure.
Yeah.
Well, next time you're up, I'm at Legacy Club over in Cherry Hill. Harry's at 1912, so we'll have to get out and play some golf for sure. Keep that America's guest going for as long as we can.
And let us know when you're down here in Jupiter again too.
Yeah. I'll actually be. I think the plan is to be at a lot of those TGL events this year.
Really?
Which is kind of like Palm Beach Gardens, which is a little north of it.
It's right where I live.
That's where she lives. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
we'll connect offline for sure.
What were you saying about 1912? You know some guys over there?
I think there's a couple of Gap
there are
employees over there.
Yeah.
Right?
There are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to a few of them. One of them might have won the club championship or came close to it.
Yeah, came close. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, man. No, thank you for
It
coming
was a
on.
blast.
We'll stay in touch. We'll get your address too. We'll get you a Philly golf, swing it and dig it out too, so you can rep when you're down in Charleston. But
Dalton actually did win the club championship a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Dalton,
you're lucky you saved that, Harry. You would have gotten in trouble, man.
They would have roasted you.
So much heat. Oh my God.
The panic Google search.
Yeah. Google search. Like I'm gonna find that on Google.
He's a player.
Oh, he is. I've played with him a few times. Yeah.
All right. Well, make sure you're following Jimmy the Kid and Andrew Austen. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We'll hopefully get together down the line. If not, we'll be watching and rooting for you.
Definitely. Thank you guys again for having me on. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to listening.
Thank you. Got it. All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, great stuff. Awesome talking to Andrew Austen, Philly guy,
Yeah.
St. David's.
Yeah.
Incredible experience that he got out there, and he went deep, man. He went right to the end until the final group. Played some really good golf, and it's just so cool to watch. And like when you watch that and you hear people talking about him and just like amazed by it, and just him telling some of the stories of inspiring people, it's awesome. And I mean, it just seems like a dude that just never saw it any other way than I'm just doing everything like to the best of my ability.
And love, like you can't let your younger brother be better at you than sports. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of 5 kids. So like I felt that one. I was like, I felt the same way. Like, my brother and I, we both were doing martial arts. I'm like, I have to be a higher ranked belt than him. Like, you know what I mean? Just that sibling rivalry is pretty cool.
Yeah. Good dude. We'll be watching.
For sure.
Danielle, start us off with some tea and we'll see where it takes us.
You got it. All right, let's start it off with Akshay. So he made a big move. He hired a new full-time caddy. I don't know if you guys recognize the name, but Joe Greiner, Max Homa's longtime guy. So 6 wins with Homa, 1 with JT. Now Akshay scooped him up. So they're debuting as a team this week at the Hero World Challenge. And it looks like the partnership's locked in for 2026 probably. So I feel like that's a pretty strong move for Akshay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he seems to play well near oceans.
Well, you say palm trees, right?
Yeah, palm
Everywhere
trees,
that's a
but
Harry quote.
He did win with the fiance, now maybe wife on the bag.
That was in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
but then he also, maybe it is just tall trees because he won in Tahoe too. So
yeah.
Or maybe it's just being outside, being Akshay.
Nice locations.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Andrew mentioned TGL, and this is a Philly show, so we're going to keep it there. Gil Hanse joins TGL. So TGL Season 2 unveiled their new virtual holes, and Philly's own Gil Hanse, Wingfoot, LA Country Com, Ball Straw, Aronimink, and now computer golf. So his first design is a 590-yard par 5 called Stone and Steeple. Tillinghast vibe, but kind of cool that, golf's most iconic architect is getting involved kind of in this tech side. We'll see if that kind of switches anything up for TGL. And
it's funny too, because right then you see all the stuff like, oh, it's so boring. He has all this stuff and that's what he designs. But then when they had like weird looking holes, people were like, these aren't even holes that golfers would play. Like they should make them more like you just can't win.
You can't win
on the internet, right?
It was pretty funny though. They had him like walking out. Like I don't know if you guys saw that. Cool. I mean, I think it's
gotta be fun for him.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's something else, and a little Philly ties. We'll take it.
Yep.
So PGA Tour Player of the Year nominees dropped. The voting is open. The list is stacked, but before I go through and reveal the official nominees, maybe you guys have seen them, maybe you haven't, but Harry and Moose, who would your pick be?
For Player of the Year?
Player of the Year.
Roars.
I got to go with Scotty. 2 majors.
Well, here's the quick rundown. I'll point out a couple points. So Scheffler, 6 wins, 2 majors, did not miss a cut.
Yeah.
17 top 10s, best scoring average on tour.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
He's not bad.
Good.
Rory, 3 wins, including the Masters for the career Grand Slam, 8 top 10s, number 2 in the world. This guy, we've been talking about him. He's just been on an upward spiral ever since Harry took a selfie with him. Tommy Fleetwood, FedEx Cup champion, win at the Tour Championship, and 8 top 10s.
Yeah.
Another name that Harry will relentlessly text me until I get him on the show after he gets married this week. Ben Griffin, most underrated year on tour. 3 wins, 12 top 10s.
Yeah.
Still sticking with your choices?
Yeah. Unfortunately, he has no shot against those other 2 guys.
No. All right. And then also we have Rookie of the Year. So we have 5.
Who do you think, Danielle? You have to break the tie.
I mean, when you I'm one of those people who thinks that it should go with what's deserved and what's on paper. And if it's on paper, it's Scotty. I mean, he didn't miss a cut. He didn't miss how is he not? How is somebody Player of the Year over him? If we're putting down the credentials, we're putting down the accolades, we're putting down his performance. It's Scotty. It's black and white. It's all day long.
All right.
Agreed.
Yeah. So Rookie of the Year. That rookie class, I mean, it's loaded. There's 5 nominees. Do either of you have a choice before I go through the quick list?
I think it's going to be a tougher one a little bit. I don't know.
Give us some of the names.
Michael Brennan, 3-win on the PGA America season, PGA Tour win in Bank of Utah. That story is just incredible. I feel like that would be my choice.
It might be a
It's
recency bias too, right? I think that could
you're-
wind up helping.
Yeah, but just that battlefield promotion, I don't know that people understand how difficult that is to do that. 3 wins in a season, even if it is PGA Americas, and then to also come out and win your first PGA Tour event on an exemption. I mean, that's strong.
Wow. Yeah,
that's strong. Stephen Fisk, Sanderson Champ winner. I might need an assist on the pronunciation, but William Mao, the ISCO champ.
Got it. You nailed it.
Okay. Thank you. Pot Gator, Rocket Mortgage champ, and only rookie to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then Carl Phillips, Puerto Rico Open champ. So who jumps out to you guys?
I think in years past there's been
really
such a clear.
Yeah. Nobody really jumps out, right?
For me, it's Michael Brennan. And
I'll go Brennan.
Yeah. That battlefield promotion is it. I don't even know when the last battlefield promotion happened.
I think it's him or Pot Eater.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go Michael Brennan.
All right. I like it.
We shall see. Well, Harry, this was stirring in our group chat, but the JT versus Beth Page drama.
Yeah.
So some Ryder Cup fallout. JT went on a podcast and he mentioned the greens weren't the speeds Team USA asked for. And a Beth Page grounds crew member fired back online saying that the Americans were making excuses, that the crew wanted to win more than the US team, or, wanted to win more than the US team. But then JT hopped on Instagram posting, he's put out
Trying
there
to save it.
Yeah. He's like, I wasn't blaming the Super at all. And he's saying, in my opinion, this and that, and said it was taking out of context that the
he
US
said it wasn't the crew. He was saying more the committee, the
Mm-hmm.
people, but it sure sounded like he was talking about it.
Yeah.
And the shot from the anonymous crew member that said if they would have played practice rounds, they would have known the speeds of the greens. To me, that was just like, that's why they lost. Like they said that the European team just practiced over and over on those greens. Like,
yeah. I mean, you're playing a Ryder Cup, and why are you not there playing at least 18? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, but he did say, like, regardless, like, we got our butts kicked. It was clickbait, something that just kind of pull everybody's attention and get everybody talking about it. But I also did see, which I was kind of surprised, is that Keegan says that the Ryder Cup aftermath, this didn't surprise me. The Ryder Cup aftermath was the darkest time of his life. But this surprised me, saying, I would love to captain again.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right. Wow. I don't know how the rest of USA thinks about that, but, we'll see, I guess.
Based upon the way he played in the Skins game, I'd rather have him playing.
Yeah.
I kind of like him this weekend.
I do too. That's who I took.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we like him as a player. Do we like him as captain, Keegs?
No, just as a player.
Yeah.
Not Captain Tiger.
Yeah.
No one's talked to him.
Thanks for teeing me up for that one, because let's talk about Tiger on his birthday, upcoming
chipping
Champions
and putting,
Tour.
Danielle. He's chipping and putting.
Well, he's asked, will he play the Champions Tour? And he joked, 25 events across the two tours, both tours. He goes, and then, like you said, the chipping and putting. And then he goes, honestly, like, I kind of felt bad for him, because he's like, I just want to play golf again. He's like, I just want to play golf. You guys don't understand how long it's been since I played golf. Like, I like that he, had a smile on his face and was trying to be like positive, but he's like, there's no date. I don't know. Like, I can't say that. I mean, this man's body has had more surgery than wins at this point, and he still wants to tee it up, which is wild. Seriously, wow. But guys, that's the tea, brought to you by Wear SPF. So even in December, the sun doesn't take a break, and neither should your skincare routines. Whether you're squeezing in a winter round, watching games outside, or out and about this holiday season, Wear SPF by Justin Thomas delivers dermatologist-tested, sweat-resistant protection that works year-round. Keep your skin safe and healthy this winter. Order now, buy some stuff for some Christmas gifts, and visit wearspf.com. That's wearspf.com.
Yeah, might need some of that in the Bahamas, that's for sure.
Yes.
Take a look at the Hero World Challenge. 20-man field, 3 exemptions. I think it was Spieth, Horschel, and Akshay, I believe, got the nod. But interesting, it's Scotty at plus 140.
Yeah.
That's kind of, you haven't seen him hit a golf ball since the Ryder Cup, but
a lot of these guys.
What do you think about this location, Harry?
I'm not nuts about this tournament. This does nothing for me. It's like a half a tournament. It's like a hit and giggle, basically.
Hit and giggle.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more interested in the Australian golf. I've been
Yeah.
watching all day. I watched it all last week, the PGA Championship in Australia. Just the golf courses are so cool. But I want to watch the hero because I want to see Jordan Spieth. This will be the first action that Jordan Spieth has undertaken since the wrist surgery late in the year this past summer. So I'm interested to see how he looks. That's my point of interest, really. But I took Keegan Bradley as far because there are no juicy numbers in a 20-man field, especially when Scotty's at plus 140. So I figured it was a little juice. He played really well in that Skins tournament, which was pretty boring, but he played really well.
Well, I just added something to your inbox there. It's a Jordan Spieth little action. If you want to see it, Brad sent me it. I haven't posted it yet. So there you go. You get the preview first. And Brad said, not many players are more approachable than Jordan Spieth. I've watched him in pro-ams the past few years, and he's one of the best with amateurs that I've ever seen. Nice to, he's engaging with his amateurs, whatever. But he said, here was a beautiful iron shot right over the flagstick. Short game was money on the holes. I watched it. Got to pull for him this season after that wrist surgery. So Brad said short game was money on those holes. And I just sent you a little clip before I post that tomorrow.
I just saw it.
So yeah,
that's how he wins, is short game and putting. So
that's how everybody wins.
on the BetParx board. Robert McIntyre, I think he seems like the kind of guy who could just roll out of bed and win a tournament.
He looks like he rolled out of bed.
He does.
Like he slept in the clothes that he's wearing.
Yeah. At 1,200. But yeah, how are your clubs inside the house?
They're in my garage, but most
on
times they're in the house.
Yeah,
most times when it gets cold.
It seemed like we had very little fall.
Oh, it was terrible.
It just was.
Did you guys get snow?
Straight to winter.
I know they did a little
bit of sleet, but nothing.
Sleet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's done for you guys, huh? Until you come down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's done.
Yep.
Any progress on the move here?
Well, we're going down there December 12th through the 15th, and we have a realtor that's going to take us around. So,
wow.
There we go.
Yeah, this is for real.
I feel like you should stop over here first, just in case.
It's happening. No, we're not. No, we're not going to be on the Atlantic side. I can drive over there.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yes, it is. Yep. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, this Australian Open, I don't know if you happen to see any of it today. I watched Rory for a good 4 hours with Adam Scott and Minwoo Lee in the featured group. And then they had
great group.
Cam Smith and Elvis Smiley, who's a protege of his from Australia. He's actually was leading the tournament.
Was Cam playing any better this week?
Yeah, he looked pretty good. He had it to like 3 under at one point. I think he finished 2 under. But yeah, he looks a lot better. He missed the cut last week in the Australian PGA that David Puig won, who's a live guy.
Yeah.
He plays on that Fireballs team with Sergio.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, excuse me, how, the European Tour, the DP World Tour, has no problems letting these live guys play. But the PGA Tour has this, this burr up their rear end about it. Like, they're like, why can't we just all get together and just play?
Yeah.
Who cares? If they play on live, who cares?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, they're going to have to figure it out.
That made me just look up that Q school because I wanted to see the date because obviously there's a 1-year penalty if you do try to get through that live Q school for anybody on PGA Tour. So that's from PGA Tour down to Americas, like you're banned. So I was looking at it because I was like, is it during PGA Tour Q school or is it after? And it's actually scheduled for January 8th through 11th. And we talked about this a few podcasts ago, but it's in Florida. It's at Lakewood Ranch. Pardon me, Black Diamond Ranch. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Black Diamond Ranch. So now that it's in like the U.S., that's
north of my mom. Like 30 minutes north of my mom.
Yeah, and they can now say there's a year penalty. So now that it's after final stage, some of these guys, it's like, hey, like, okay, what? I can't play for a year. Might as well shoot my shot anyway. Right. I wonder how many I'm really interested to see some of those names. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's been change on Live, though. I was looking at the range coach the other day because I got these, I don't go on my own social that much, and I looked and I'm like, why I have like 19 likes from the range goats, and I'm like, why are they looking at my stuff? And I look and I'm like, wait, they have a new player. Have you guys
there's been some movement.
Adjustments to it. I knew you were gonna ask that. I'm trying to pull it up real quick. What is his name? Give me one.
I forget who it is because I saw it too. Because
Ben something. I know that doesn't give you anything. Hold on 1 second. Ben Campbell. So Asian tour before, and that's it. But I mean, he has less than 5,000 followers. I don't know much about him. But yeah, same. But I literally was looking at their Instagram. I go, wait, hold on. There's been some shifting going on here. So wonder who dropped off of Range Goods then? Because it's still Bubba and then Peter Uline, Matt Wolf.
There was something about Bubba like just going to captain at some point and not play. I don't know.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Huh.
We need a
it's Bubba Watson, Peter Uline, Matt Wolf, and Ben Campbell. So who did Ben Campbell replace? I don't.
Was Harold Varner on that
I think
team
Varner
too?
was on that team and went over to the Aces or something.
Okay.
Because Perez got booted.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to broadcasting. He's off the tour.
Yeah.
Yep.
So interesting to see like those shifts and what's happening with all of that. I'm really interested in wanting in seeing who's going to go to that Live Q school, after missing final stage potentially.
Yeah. That Campbell guy's from New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
He's got
any career highlights?
He's got 2 wins on the Asian Tour, 1 win on the PGA Tour of Australasia, and played in 1 major championship. That was the Open in 2022, and he missed the cut. So
now he's getting paid by the Range Goats.
Yeah.
Wow. Wild story. Well, thank you to Andrew Austen for hopping on. Make sure you check him out. His videos are awesome. Great content. Really cool to watch and get some inspiration for your own game for sure.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you then.